Covention is the 5th episode of The Owl House, originally airing a day before my 19th birthday. In it, the Owl Gang goes to a Covention, which is a job fair for witches. There they meet Ida's sister, Lilith. Luz literally accidentally bumps into Amity, and now the two duel, shenanigans ensue. Unknowing to them, both their teachers are helping them cheat. Notes: this is our first time seeing the door used since the first episode. Cinnamon Bun reference. Also, the guy at the Cinnamon Bun stand might be the same guy who ate his eyes from episode 1 or the same demon type. The person next to them is the kindergarten teacher from I Was a Teenage Abomination, and the person at their stand in the red bard outfit will be a very common recurring background character. Her name is Skara. This is the first episode to show off all the major covens that will become very important in the rest of the show, including the Emperor's Coven, the only coven allowed to use all forms of magic when everyone else is only allowed to use a certain type. But we have seen the Emperor's Coven symbol even far back as episode 1. Hex Mix is a play on Chex Mix, which is an American bag of all sorts of random snack foods. This is the first episode to not have Hootie or the Owl House in it. This is the first episode to show off power glyphs, which are little glyphs that make people more magically in tune. They are not as important as you would think. Tiny Nose does a Dragon Ball pose. We don't know it yet, but this is actually the head of the Construction Coven. His name is Mason. The Construction Coven kid who grows his head really big is named Malfolomule. This is the first episode we actually see King open his mouth. Yet another Harry Potter reference of the Unbreakable Vow. The Emperor's Coven person that Lilith calls is named Kikimora. A Kikimora is this kind of demon fairy thing from Slavic mythology which causes nightmares. Our secret code is now. This episode shows that Amity is the apprentice of Lilith, but don't worry if you don't remember this, the show doesn't either. This is yet another very important episode for the canon because we see the symbols of the main covens for the first time. We established the Emperor's Coven, we established that Boiling Isles has an emperor, we established Ida is wanted for more than just petty theft, but because she refuses to join a coven, we learn Ida's full name is Idalin. We introduce her sister Lilith, who works for the Emperor's Coven, and we introduce the little patches the covens give people that lock them to one certain type of magic, which will be very important next season. This is yet another outstanding episode. It's awesome seeing the magic. It's kind of funny, and Ida and Lilith's duel is absolutely on point. The magic scene in it is awesome, the animation is fucking beautiful. I would show it, but Disney and YouTube's copyright is awful, so yeah. But the real heart of the episode is Amity. She feels embarrassed by Luz after what happened in this episode and I Was a Teenage Abomination. She feels her future is slipping away, so she naturally lashes out at Luz, demanding validation and superiority to Luz, who isn't a true witch. Just for Luz to show that she has her own way of casting spells. Here, Amity finally gives respect to Luz and realizes she has a magical handicap. Amity learns both of them are working very hard to learn about magic, and Luz is working even harder. Amity first came off as the preppy popular girl, and now we see that she's actually very sad and alone. And she needs people like Luz to help her with this. Amity is my favorite character in the Owl House. The only thing I really don't like about the episode is more the sake of hindsight that they never do anything with Lilith and Amity, despite establishing in this episode that Amity is the apprentice to Lilith. Other than that, this episode, an easy 10 out of 10. But what are you guys' opinion? Do you like this episode? Did I miss anything important to mention? Let me know in the comments below.